Enough is enough, that's the voice echoing out of some Yoruba communities, where angry youth finally stood up and chased Fulani herders out of their villages. The story spreading now is about frustration that has been building for years, and yesterday, it seems that patience ran out. Residents are saying their farms have been destroyed too many times, their families living in fear, and their leaders not protecting them fast enough. So when the youths gathered, they made it clear, this was not just another protest, this was action. Please, as you are following this gist, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, so you don't miss our next updates. Now, let's look closely at why this happened. For years across Nigeria, especially in the Middle Belt and down into the south, clashes between farmers and herders have been causing pain. It's a struggle over land, over grazing space, and over survival. The land is shrinking, the population is growing, and climate change is making it harder to find pasture. When cattle eat up farmland, the farmers lose their crops. When farmers resist, conflict starts. In some places, attacks have turned deadly, leaving families displaced and villages abandoned. You see, when a community has carried this pain for too long, one day they just say, enough is enough. And that is exactly what happened in these Yoruba villages. If you are still with me, take a second and like this video, and don't forget to subscribe, because this gist is hot and will keep bringing you more. Yesterday, what people saw was not small. Youths came together, moving in groups, and went straight to the places where the herders were settled. According to witnesses, they told them to leave immediately. Some even mounted roadblocks, making sure no cattle would move freely in or out. Videos from phones, already circulating, show groups shouting and chanting, while elders tried to calm them. But you could feel the anger in their voices, years of frustration boiling over. Still, as we say here, when anger controls, it can also bring danger. Because once you chase people out like that, there's always a risk of retaliation. That is the fear now. Like this video right now if you are following the story, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter of this gist. But let's not only talk about yesterday, let's also think about the people. A farmer whose cassava or yam field is eaten overnight is left with nothing. A mother who sees her children hungry because the harvest is gone is in pain. A herder who is told to live with his cattle, even if he didn't commit any wrong, is also stranded. It's human lives on both sides. And that's why many leaders, both traditional and political, are begging communities not to let anger turn into wider conflict. If there is any lesson here, it's that government has been too slow to act, and people are filling the gap by themselves. But the risk is, community defense can quickly turn into a bigger crisis. Please, my people, like this video and subscribe, that's how you support us to keep talking about these real issues without fear. The question now is, what will the authorities do? Most times, after such events, the police or even the military are sent to the area. Sometimes curfews are declared, sometimes meetings are called between the community leaders and the herders. But the record is mixed, sometimes security comes too late. And when that happens, youths lose more trust in the system. That's why you see them take matters into their own hands. It's a cycle, fear leads to action, action leads to more tension, and then government runs behind trying to control the fire. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the way we break this down for you, press the like button and subscribe, it really helps us grow this community. This matter is not new. Many states in Nigeria, including in the southwest, have passed laws banning open grazing. The idea was to stop cattle from roaming into farms and reduce clashes. But the challenge is enforcement. Who is checking if the law is followed? Without proper monitoring, the law stays on paper while the reality on the ground is different. That's why people are saying yesterday's action was long coming. They felt promises have not been backed with results. And when you think deeper, the bigger problem is not just about farmers and herders. It is about food security, safety, and trust in leadership. If farms are destroyed, the harvest is lost. If youths are angry, they stop farming and focus on conflict. If herders lose their cattle, they too lose their livelihood. In the end, the whole country feels the pain: less food in the markets, higher prices, more fear on the roads. This is why this story is not just a Yoruba story, it is a Nigerian story. If you're following and you want more people to hear this, please like this video and subscribe, because we need more eyes on stories like this. Now let's think about the mood in the villages today. After what happened yesterday, some families are relieved. They say, finally, we can sleep without fear tonight. But at the same time, others are worried, asking, will this bring more trouble tomorrow? That is the kind of mixed emotion you get after such a big action. You know, when a community rises up like this, news spreads very fast. Even neighboring villages are watching closely, some saying they are ready to do the same if the problem comes to them. That's how tension spreads. One village takes action, another one feels encouraged, and before you know it, you have a chain reaction. That is why it is very important for leaders to step in quickly and calm the situation. Please, while you are still with me, like this video right now and subscribe, so more people can join this conversation. If we zoom out, this is not only about one day's action. For months, if not years, humanitarian groups have been warning that clashes between herders and farmers could get worse if nothing serious is done. They have been talking about people displaced, houses burned, crops destroyed, children unable to go to school. Imagine a farmer that has worked for 1 year planting yam, only for cattle to enter his farm and finish everything in one night. Or imagine a herder who has moved for days with his cows, only to be blocked and told he has to leave without any plan. Both sides carry heavy frustration, and that is why this problem keeps growing. Please, if you're still enjoying this gist, press the like button and subscribe. Let's keep pushing this conversation higher. Now, yesterday's action was dramatic, but it also points to something bigger. People no longer trust the system to protect them. When you hear young men saying, we are protecting our women and children, you know it's not just about land, it's about safety and dignity. And when elders are trying to calm them down, they are thinking about tomorrow. They don't want one action today to bring 10 more problems tomorrow. That balance is very hard, and that's why this story is so emotional. Don't forget, like this video and subscribe. It helps us continue giving you this kind of real gist without cutting corners. Let's also think about the possible government response. Many times, when things like this happen, security forces arrive late. They may come with trucks, set up checkpoints, and say peace has returned. But peace is not just about checkpoints, it's about rebuilding trust. It's about farmers being sure they can harvest without fear. It's about herders being sure they won't be attacked unfairly. And it's about leaders showing they care. Without that, we are just repeating the same cycle over and over. And my people, please, while we are breaking down these deep issues, remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss when we bring you follow-ups on how the government will react. There is also the law. Many states said no more open grazing. But let's ask, who is really enforcing it? Is there enough manpower to watch every farm and every cattle path? The answer is no. And that's why we see laws on paper, but not in practice. If government wants real change, they must go beyond making laws. They must fund alternatives, like proper ranching systems, and they must educate communities so people know their rights and their responsibilities. Without that, yesterday's drama would just repeat again somewhere else. Don't forget to like this video right now and subscribe. Your support helps us keep talking about solutions, not just problems. And there is another side, the humanitarian cost. Each time clashes happen, you see displaced people, people living in schools or camps, children crying, mothers trying to cook with little food, fathers sitting with empty hands. Aid groups have been warning that this cycle is worsening food insecurity, meaning less food for everyone in the country. So even if you are living in the city and you think this gist does not concern you, think again. Food prices, security on highways, the peace of the nation, all of it connects back. That's why we all must pay attention. Like and subscribe if you want us to keep breaking it down like this for you. Some people are now asking, what happens next? Will the Fulani herders regroup and return? Will government step in strongly? Or will other communities copy the same action? These are the questions hanging in the air. What we know for sure is that yesterday changed the mood. It was a signal that some communities are tired of waiting. But let's remember, frustration can push people into dangerous choices, and that's why everyone is watching carefully. And let's not forget the bigger picture. Nigeria needs peace to grow. Every time there is conflict, investors step back, jobs are lost, and ordinary people suffer. So yes, yesterday's action may feel like victory for some, but if it sparks wider violence, nobody wins. That's why we must keep asking leaders to act fast, fair, and firm. And please, while you are still with me, like this video, subscribe, and share it. Let more people understand what is really going on.